amazing partner.
I am your lovable, huggable freakaliciousness, as always.
And this freakazoid and I want to talk to you in a little chill chat kind of style about lone wolves. Now,
No.
lone wolves used to never be part of my list. And honestly, back 7th edition, 8th edition, I could not justify spending the points on half of a Terminator squad, maybe exaggerating slightly, but I mean, it's a lot of points into one model, and I just couldn't understand it. I'm like, for this cost of 1 DI, I could bring in a whole nother Bloodclaw squad and another Grey Hunter squad, or maybe I could bring another transport. So I never used to take them.
So what changed your mind?
Well, first, our brother Malaga over at Malaga Wargames made me a lone wolf and said, give this guy a try and I guarantee he'll change your mind. Lone wolves are a great tool to take. And then that was definitely something I decided, you know what, I want to give it a shot. But it was hard for me, my mindset wasn't quite right. It was hard for me to work out a list where I'm like, I want to dedicate this many points to this guy. And so Atlas, of course, you guys have seen him on the show before, recently started up Space Wolves Army, and I had used my lone wolf in a couple of applications before, but I didn't really get very good results out of it because I didn't really know the right way to use him. Atlas took 4 of them against me with Fenrisian wolves, Terminator squads, and a couple of big dreadnoughts, and he kept my attention on the Terminator squads and the dreadnoughts chomping up the field at me, and then teleported all 4 lone wolves in on my back line. And suddenly I didn't know which way to look. I had pretty decent threats on all sides of the field. So it was a pretty good tactic. And I've since adopted them into my own play style.
I noticed.
And I've used it against Space Marine lists, Minotaurs and Imperial Fists. I've used it against. I've played them in games with Tau. I've played them in games of against some guardsmen, and overall, I'm pretty pleased with the way that they work now.
I have to say, it is definitely a great ploy or tactic that draws your attention, because when you drop that one, and he only brought that one lone wolf, and he dropped it right in my back line. I mean, so close to the edge of the board. But you know what? Not only did he draw the attention of my biker on a psyker that Malaga Wargames had got me, that had sent me, but also my bike squad that was with him. Not only did they get their attention, but he also wiped them out.
That he's got a 3-up invul save because I put a storm shield on him, 2-up normal because I put him in Terminator armor, and then I usually bring either a Thunder Hammer or a Chain Fist, and yeah, they deal some damage that way. Actually, I brought 2 in our game with Freak, because one of them just dropped down on the other side of a piece of terrain, no line of sight, and stole a couple of objectives. So they were really good offensively, and it was really good for playing the mission.
Yeah. So I got to be honest with you. I thought it was effective. I think it was one of the best tactics that I've seen you do, and I think it's a great way to utilize that particular model. So I mean, really, what are your thoughts? I mean, if you guys think, especially you Space Wolf players,
or if you played against the Space Wolves.
Yeah. What do you think? You think it's something that is as much of a threat as I think it is? Or do you think it's just you got a way to counter that? If you do, let me know.
Let me share with you guys some of my successes and some of my situations. So a couple of times I've been playing, talking about some of the not so good times. I played them against Sisters of Battle, and wasn't used to how much they could move, especially with the Axe of Faith. So I dropped them on the back line and missed my charge with the Seraphim squad, and man, they just decided to outrun him. They booked it all the way across the field and suddenly weren't there anymore, and he was just kind of foot slogging it 5 inches at a time the rest of the way. No bueno. He basically was just out of the rest of the game.
Bye.
the tactic didn't work with him. That was just me not knowing my enemy and not playing my lone wolf smartly. Played against the Tau, and I made it into combat. I knocked out one of my lone wolves, knocked out a broadside, knocked out the drone that was with the broadside, and even with the 4-up invols, just smashed right through them. The other one took the broadside down to 2 wounds, and then that fly keyword. The suit just backed up and just blew the lone wolf to bits. Now there's some survivability most of the time with lone wolves because you got 4 wounds, you've got the 3-up invul, and then on that last wound, you can keep rolling a 4-up to ignore death. Me, and sometimes that works out for me. My rolls aren't so great all the time, so sometimes I'm like 4-up to ignore death. 1. No, he still felt death. Never mind.
I wish that happened in my game.
And some games where I'm rolling hot, like this game, I 4-up to ignore death. Boom, 6. We're still running. So 50-50. It can go either way. Playing against Minotaurs and Fists. Those games went significantly better. Guards, I was able to present an upfront threat with my cavalry running in, and then drop lone wolves in on the back line. And so if some dedication of firepower went on to the lone wolf, the cavalry smashed in from the front side. Or if the attention turned to the cavalry, people really underestimate 4 swings, and then a lone wolf is already swinging 2 up. Sure, 3 up because of unwieldy, but I mean, still, those are some good swings, 4 swings apiece, each attack, and then on top of that, you're getting that, potential 3 damage every swing.
That's a lot of swings. That's a lot of hurt.
So, it can definitely be a good tactic. So I think as long as you apply them smartly and make sure that the strategy with the lone wolf acts in concert with your other strategy, I don't think it would be great to just base your whole strategy around it or make it something that doesn't work with, the rhythm of the rest of your army. But I think if you put it all together into one solid strategy, definitely looking good.
So let me ask you this. Because lone wolves are basically Terminators in wolf clothing. So what are the odds that kind of tactic could work on a Terminator?
Oh, absolutely. Now, of course, with Terminator, you got to buy a minimum squad, right?
Right.
And then on top of that, they have 2 wounds apiece, which is still way more than the Terminator has. Unfortunately, though, they don't have that ability to ignore death. So I think
it's true.
You're going to get more attack out of them. If you're willing to pay for a whole Terminator squad to make this tactic work, it's absolutely going to be great. But I think the fact that you buy the lone wolf one at a time and can present different threats around the field is part of the success of that strategy.
You're right, and I think that's definitely a tactic that only Space Wolves can utilize. Because like you said, you gotta have the whole squad with the regular vanilla. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I'll be watching for that next time.
What do you guys think of Lone Wolves in 8th edition? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you like this little sit and chat, then grab up an axe and smash that like button.
In the name of the Emperor.
And of course, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, we'd love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Till next time, guys.
Stay frosty.